Right, it tells me it is ready, so why is there nothing displayed? That's video camera, that's there, that's my chat overlay, right, that's there. Now I don't know if anyone's there watching because it's not showing me my chat again. Sorry guys, trying to get this up and running because it tells me it's ready to display but not displaying. Ah, hello Karen, I can see. How are you, darling? Hang on, let me just get this camera in the right spot. So, good to see you here. At least I know my chat's working. So, I thought I'd just jump on a bit. It is a public holiday here today. And hello, T. Jones. It's what we call our Anzac Day, which is the return soldiers, like Vet Affairs Day, or the Vets Day for the Australian and New Zealand armed forces during the war. And so it's a big special holiday that we have here. So what I thought I would use is going through curiosity for the readings day. So sorry, I keep forgetting, you don't see my bald head on top. So what this is, it is a complete reading system in its own right. And it all comes in a tin. And it is a stretchy mat that you can scrunch up and unfold, which is great. And you can chuck it in the washing machine if you want to put it in the washing machine. It's all colour passed. And it has what we call on the mat is houses, and then it has matching cards for the actual mat. And it's 18 houses and 18 cards. Now each card, where you can see it is pink and yellowy, green and what have you, corresponds to the rows. We've got 1 to 6, 1 to 6. So we've got pink or red, burgundy, green and blue. And it's a mixture of card chaining in its most basic form, symbolic divination. And it comes with 3 dice, oops, and also matching charms that correspond with the mat and the cards as well. So if we've got a bat card, a bat on the mat and a bat charm. So, and that's what we do. Where did I put my bat charm? Probably dropped him on the floor, but anyway. Oh, you're a vet there in the States. Oh, how wonderful. So, big dedication to serve your country. Absolutely. So, you know, and it is, like I said, you have your different vet days, and today's a big day of remembrance of all the vets. And it didn't matter what war, things, World War One, Vietnam War, Korean War, World War II, and so on. My late father was in the army actually as a young man too, so it is a special day for remembering. And here in Australia, there's, I think, still a couple in Victoria here of the original World War One vets, and they were over 100 years old. And to get through their life, you can't even imagine when you stop and think that they'd been in through the war, come back from the war, seen other multiple wars, and then to live over 100 is pretty remarkable. So, used it on, oh, you used it on Fred. That's good to hear, Karen. So there's only a couple of people here. I would have hoped there was a bunch of us, but look, hey, it's the way it goes. So would either of you like a reading? And if so, give me a topic. I think it's about a 10-second delay between me waffling and you seeing it in the messages. Yeah, so give me a topic. Linus has made me a lovely cup of tea. It looks like mud, doesn't it? And it's actually chocolate tea. And it's just yum. Hello, Roz, lovely to see you. Yes, it has been a long time since I've gone live. Life just got in the way, and I'm actually pretty camera shy. A lot of people don't realise that. They probably just think, oh, yeah, no, she's good, she's out in public. But, yeah, I'm actually pretty camera shy. So, yes, Sandra, I can see you. It's lovely to see you, darling. You're joining us from New South Wales. So if you want a reading, guys, give me a topic. So, and I'm going to write you down on my big writing board. Yeah, so I've got Karen J, I've got Sandra, and I've got T. Jones. T. Jones. Now, T. Jones, is that you, Tiffany? You have to tell me. So, but yeah. New product for your skin, will it work? That's Karen. Right, I'm just writing down my notes. New product, skin. Because I know if I don't write it down, the chats move in the area where it may drop out. That's okay, Roz. So, Sandra, will I move soon? You're on the Central Coast. I'm going to put here, moving house. And what should you focus on? In what area of your life, though, T. Jones? Is it in love life? Is it in home life? Is it in travel, career? Give me an idea. So, all right, Karen, about new products for skin. Now, I was only going to do short ones, but there's only a few people here. So, we lay our cards face down. And I just tend to go all over the place. Right? Now, because this is a product that we're trying, and I don't have a house specifically for skin, but how health and well-being is usually the cane. So I could start there, but let's start with the dice. So we've got 3, 5, 6, so we're going to start in position 6. Hang on, I just want to write down there. Roz is after about a fiction book, a theme for a fiction book. Roz, so I'm just writing this down. Theme book. Okay, right. Sandra, you've started a new job. Lovely. Yeah, it's about you moving. So, getting back to you, Karen. We're starting in house 6, which is up here. So, Castle on the Bat. That there, as far as new product for skin, to tell me it may take a bit of time. You may not see results instantly, so it could take a bit of time. Mainly thing is with bats. Bat is about smart and wisdom, but it's also blind. So it often is about opening up other areas of your life. So it's like, I would say, open up some of the manifestation and the positive vibes there. But the bats could tell me it may take a little bit more time. So we then go to red cup number 1, which is over here. We got the sword. There would tell me probably still some abrasions because I know what you're talking about, it's skin condition. The sword there would still tell me it's still dealing with a bit of the pain from it. So for green, the cross here would tell me, I don't like that, because it actually would tell me again, things that may be slow may not actually be 100% for what you need. Interesting to see what the next card is. There you go. So horseshoe, I look at it and say, could take a while, still some abrasions. Again, there would still tell me some delays and obstacles, but to see the horseshoe turns the whole thing on its head. The horseshoe there would tell me again, in the slow beginning, you may have a good thing, because horseshoe means luck and opportunity, things that are opening up. 4, ship, again, would tell me about your emotions, number 1. Again, slow. It's really interesting you're getting cards that tell me persevere. That's what I'm seeing is persevere. Spider, again, would tell me, again, with your skin, can still tell me itchiness, things that may still spread a little bit on the wider range. One green, ladder, overcoming obstacles. 3, ladder, comes back to bat. Oh, you haven't got a definite yes there. And I'll be honest, to me, it's very slow. You may not see results instantly. It can turn it on its head, but I'd still say they're going to be slow results. So it's like, it's not a quick fix at all. So I'm really hoping that this works for you, Dom. So now remember your timestamp reading. I've got here 11:39 a.m. So you take note of your timestamp on the reading. So let me go into next question. So yeah, curiosity is so good, isn't it, Roz? It's I always say it's a short, sharp, and very, very blunt answers that sometimes smack you in the head, and you might be there and thinking, oh crap, I was not expecting that. But overall, it's pretty good. It's a system I designed and developed years ago when I used to read in restaurants for public, because we only ever got 10-15 minutes per person, and you needed something that was bang, 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 and you couldn't do a reading for half an hour because you'd have the restaurant owners giving you the brow down on, no, get on with it, get on with it. So it was when I just came up with, okay, what can we use that gives people the answers for very, very specific questions? And they are more based at what are specific questions rather than just a general please. You know, as a reader, and I know you've got readers here, as a reader for myself, if someone turns around and says, just a general please, I want to reach over and strangle them because it's too vague. It is way too vague. Any type of reading divination, whether it's charms or cards or teacups or tarot and what have you, having your set out specific questions, you'll get specific answers. So by asking just a general please, you're going to get very wide scale reading that's open up to anything interpretation. So, okay. You're good, you've got patience, because I know my patience is not good. I've got a lot of people, again, don't realise I've actually got a very short fuse. Just ask Linus and my kids, because they really let me have it. Now they're adults, they let you know. So, right, okay, now I have, oh, hello Corinne, lovely to see you. I'm just writing down some details. And Corinne's, will I start a new job this year? So, new job. What else we got? Oh, your career is your after. Okay. Sandra's looking at moving house. So we're actually going to start in the house of the house. Ooh, that's actually a really positive start. To see the wine goblets there would tell me, again, celebrations. So it's like linking you with something else. I like it. So, ladder would tell me, yes, there are some obstacles that you need to overcome and work your way around. Ladder is ascension, so it does mean things are on the rise. It is improving. Blue, ship here would tell me again, no, take your time, don't rush it. Because ship usually means things that are slow. It's an interesting one too, though, because if you're working, ship is often business, trade and commerce. And when I also see that as distance card, it would tell me you may end up be moving in a different location a little bit further than what you are expecting. So it could be further away from where you currently are or further away from where you travel to work. Ship, cash register. That's good because it tells me you will be able to afford it. Cash register is great because it means money in abundance. So, the baby, new move, new beginnings, new start. Love it. So, and you come back to house. This is what completes the chain. And when they complete the chain, it means these ones here are not required. So they would tell me, yes, you will have a move. You will be something you can afford. It may be a little bit further away than where you currently are or a bit further away from where you actually work. But new starts, new beginnings. Love it. I just want to, I'm also using, this is just my to just start a kit and add on. There's 100 charms in there and everyone's different. So I just want to have a look. I'm just going to layer a bit on the house. I'll bring up here to show you what I've got. Oops, come here. Right, you've got your, it's a Triumph Arch Bridge, but it represents the tunnel, which means looking further down the track. Step into the lights, get out of the shadows. Plane, again, would still tell me a distance move. Music symbols, peace and harmony. Treasure chest would still tell me something that's good and affordable for you. So if you're renting, I'd say keep an eye on the market, because we are noticing down here in Melbourne that the rental market is actually dropping. So where a couple of years ago they'd hit people's rent and bumped it up by, you know, $100 or more a week, and that's what the landlords have been doing from what I'm hearing with different friends, Chloe, different friends and their kids. It's crazy, yeah. So keep an eye on that. So, T. Jones, I'm just putting here about career. Right. Is to do with business and trade. Yeah, renting. Keep an eye on the market, Sandra, because like I said, we're noticing here in Melbourne, some of the like apartment blocks and things in the city, they're actually dropping by about $200 a week, which is huge money. And it just blows me away. There's so much variance, but we are noticing that it is starting to drop. So, and I don't know whether that's just here in the city of Melbourne, but yeah, that's what's going on. T. Jones, we're looking at your job. And from what I remember, you were looking at change. Anyway, I've got your career because the chat doesn't let me scroll back up. I'm just going to write this down before I lose it. Michelle, so you and husband moving from where we live in the future. So, Michelle, house move. Okay, this is for T. Jones, which I think it's Tiffany. We're looking at career. So career symbol is the castle. So what have we got here? Cain there would tell me things that you may be literally limping along with what you're currently doing, because Cain usually means slow. It can be assistance from mature people, that's there, but there would tell me again, it may be where it's too much. When I look at that, I can't help but feel it's just a job rather than something that's your passion. Spider would tell me look at another job. Sorry, but Spider there usually tells me complex company, complex situation. Spider can tell me don't get involved with politics and bullshit. Sorry, we swear, we're Aussies. Because Spider there would tell me cautious who you trust. And it's interesting because spiders tend to be mature age females. So I'd say avoid getting stuck in literally any gossip, scandal, network, convoluted situations when it comes to females in job. But that would tell me time to look elsewhere. Ladder definitely will look around. Ladder's good because it literally means rise. I actually like it because ladder would tell me you're either rising into a higher level position or somewhere where there is more authority and more responsibility. But ladder is upwards. That's not a bad symbol. Better money too. So, because that would tell me rise and rise to better money. So, negotiate hard and fast. Little tip too, whenever you go for an interview with a company, and look, a lot of them do it by phone, Zoom and all sorts of stuff like that. Always don't tell them if they say what wage you're looking for. Don't turn around and say, oh, I want $80,000, because that's capping yourself. You then bounce it back with another question and say, well, can you give me an idea of the range on offer for this role? And it's a perfectly valid question to actually ask that. But that there would tell me rise in money. And you can always be guaranteed if they turned around and said, oh, the job is $60,000 on offer, they're always withholding 10, even up to 20% of what they will pay for the right person. 6, scales, absolutely negotiate hard. Scales tells me you're signing a contract and documents around it. So House, that's actually not bad. Two things with house when it comes to career. You may have an option of doing some hours or working from home. The negative side is it, don't bring home workplace shit into your home unless you're being paid for it. So it's a symbol that work and career should never collide unless it's your own business. So, but there would tell me to do some strong negotiations. 5, house. Cross there again, difficult situations. I still look at it there and say there's too much pressure on what's going on around you now. 2, wine goblets, celebrations. You're going to get a new job, and I actually think it's time. 5 here, bats here again, something that fits your skill set, because bats is highly intelligent, smart, using every skill and opportunity you can to get what is right for yours. Bat, and we come back to castle. These are actually good because we haven't drawn the camel, which is long and slow. We haven't drawn the sword, which would tell me big cuts, big problems going backwards. What's another negative one here? Trying to think. Star, keys. Yeah, it's mainly that. That's horseshoe. What have we got there? Sword's the most negative. Heart's your passion, baby. Yeah, it's not like you are following the passion, but I'd say you are moving into a better role, something that is better, but certainly better money. And like I said, go in there and negotiate really hard, and especially on the money. So I hope that helps a little bit, Dale. Right. Okay. Yeah. I've got Roz want to write a book and themes about a book. If you want to write a book, you should have an idea in mind. And one of the things when you're looking at ideas, it's the same with businesses and stuff like that, you need to look at the things like, is it for young people? Is it for old people? Is it for based on life stories that you're turning into fiction and so on? So it's like work it out. Yeah. Let me have a look through here. So, Ross, theme, book. I'm actually going to roll the dice on this. So, and we will see where it takes us. Alright, dice. 7, 8, 9. So we're starting in card 9. Card 9. Ooh, that's interesting. It's all, I know you're saying fiction, but I'd look at that and say, like, oh, how do you say it? Old world days, or olden days fiction. So it's almost like step back into the 1800s. The heart here, it's like love story, but it's almost like old love. So yeah, maybe something you want to look at. 1, ship here again would still tell me take your time with it. Again, ships, things like mermaids, anything to do with water are water symbols, which means deep and emotional. So, and again, old. So 3, camel again, slow, take your time. It's interesting though, because camel there tells me you may chop and change a little bit, and you might start off and get 50 pages in, and then you might think, nah, it's not cutting it, not feeling it, the love's gone. Don't be afraid to change different direction. Yes, it's reworking things, but I'd say don't be afraid to change course if you need to. Camel, bat here again, dark and mysterious. So, ladder, again, good successes with it. This is actually not bad. 3, and we come back to the heart. I can't help it. I just can't help it. To me, I'm seeing this as like old period style love story. Yes, it's like dark and mysterious on that side of it, and it could be literally like hidden lovers. It's okay if you get so far in and you're thinking, oh, I don't know about this, but I would look at it. Yeah, historical romance. Yeah, so, you know, but yeah, fiction. Yeah, I would see things like that. I'd look at that and say, period, yeah, historical love stories. But it had the dark and mysterious stuff to it. Yeah. Hello, Fiona. Anybody else there that I have seen? Fiona, if you want a mini read, pop a question in. Don't say general, because people who say general, I'm just going to go over the top. So, someone's saying hi, Kelly Bay. I haven't seen Kelly's. On what web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, now I have Corinne about a new job. Right, sorry, I'm just going through my list. And then I've got Michelle next. Lisa Lee KO, hello, lovely to see you here. I'm using this as a system that's based upon very specific questions, not general reads. And so if you've got a question in mind, let us know and I'll try and get through them. So, Corinne, new job. We're going to look again at the castle. Keys, good opportunities. Keys is often about the doors or the pathways that are open around to us, and keys often means very quick, because it literally means don't slam the door on opportunity. And 3 keys tells me more than one job opportunity. That's a great start. So that here would tell me again, aim high, look at the skill set you have. When I see a bat and talk of career, it tells me 2 things. You could be overqualified in what you are doing now and probably bored out of your brain, which tells me you need something that actually stimulates and challenges your skills that you have. And I always say to this, don't be afraid to aim that little bit higher outside of your current skill set, because when they advertise jobs, they'll fill it up with so much bullshit. It's probably all in AI stuff now, and they're inflating a role. You get the role, and then you probably think, well, that wasn't that much chop, was it? So, which would tell me aim high. 6, spider there. Avoid complex companies. Anything there, I know that sounds awful, but it tells me avoiding companies where they might have multiple directors, multiple managers, because spiders like too many micromanagers, too many fingers in the pie. The cross would tell me definitely avoid that. And like I said, that's almost like too much politics and bullshit. Cross, goblets, celebration. You'll get a new job. Absolutely. Cane, again, I'll look for a company that's been around for a very long time. It's funny because, like I said, cane is often a health symbol, where it is looking in, even in the medical or well-being arena. And I'd say don't be afraid to actually look in that, even if it's totally different than what you have done before. And I would say give it a go. Yeah. Cane. Scales, work contract, good negotiations. Again, scales with job means everything is what you see is what you get. It means transparency, but it means literally legal, financial and binding. So good with a contract. Star, definitely a good contract. Star is also too, though, keep your eyes open for what is around you currently, because stars are, don't miss the opportunity or the miracle that's about to strike. Because stars, think of literally the shooting stars in the sky, where we miss them and they happen so damn fast, and you might think, oh, I missed that opportunity because I wasn't looking. So keep your eyes wide open. There's opportunity coming, and usually flying through pretty fast. Good opportunity with money, that's even better. And ladder is, again, higher skilled, higher level than what you're doing. So the sword here would tell me literally where you are cutting away from probably what you're currently doing, because sword is powerful, and there would tell me you're holding the power to cut away. So 4, ship, again, larger business, bigger business, trade, commerce, like I said, larger. Child's good because it literally means new role, new beginning. And that could actually even be a role that's newly created in the organisation. And some people get a little bit scared about that, and they think, oh, but they haven't had that role for so long. It'd be like where you have a HR manager and then they create a role for another person similar called people and culture managers. And I'm seeing that a lot, actually. It's what they do title them. And even if it's a newly developed role, I'd say go for it because it would tell me excitement. Where am I? Newly developed role. House, something that is closer to home. Again, some options if you can do any work from home, if that type of skills or type of job will allow it. But again, don't bring workplace shit into the house if it's not required. Camel here again, good thing for longevity because it means working through, yes, some bumpy starts, but it literally means longevity. And again, totally different to what you're doing. Heart means follow the passion. And I always say with the heart, listen to what it is within you, that inner voice. Luck and opportunity would still tell me fast-paced environment. And we come back to the castle. You've turned over every card. So yes, there is a new job. Don't be afraid if it is a newly developed role. And I would say aim higher than what some of you think your current skill sets are because you got it in the bag. So I hope that helps. Where am I? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with you. Good night, Karen. You have a good sleep. Fiona, will my housing situation work out? Let me just write it. Hi, Kay. Lovely to see you join me. Fiona. Sorry, Kay, if you've got a question, just post it in down. Now, I'm just writing this down so I don't forget because the chat moves and then it won't allow me to scroll. Housing situation. Okay. Housing situation. Right. Okay, I'm just writing your name down, but throw me a question. Right, we've got Fiona, who's wanting to look at housing. Actually, I'm going to use Alice. Let's use Alice Curiosity. This is, like I said, a Jersey mat. It is a reading system that is all comes in this lovely little tin. And it comes in a tin, and it's got charms and mat and dice. And it comes with a book. It also got a QR code in the book where you can see how I use it all in video format. Because if you're like me and I have the attention span of a gnat, where I don't read. I listen, I'm audio. I'm clairaudience, so I hear voices, and I know that sounds crazy. But I tend to listen to audio books or anything that's audio because sitting down and literally putting a book on my lap to read would bore me witless and I wouldn't be able to concentrate. Yeah, so we're looking at your housing situation. Right. My cards are always placed upside down. They're supposed to be up that way. It's only because I'm a card flipper, not a turner. I've always done it that way. I always read upside down. Okay, so housing. Hope we haven't got any Virgo. I haven't seen Lainey join me today. Lainey is one of my soul sisters and she's Virgo lady, and so she'd be here straightening all my cards. So housing. So I'm just having some of my tea. Isn't he beautiful? And how fun is that? My cat, it's a witchling sitting on his book. And inside it, and you probably can't see it, whoops, it says, I've put a spell on you. It's just my favourite. Housing. Let's start in housing. Key is a good start, Fiona, because it would tell me things will work themselves out. Key means open the doorways of good things and opportunity. If you're looking to move, key would tell me new pathway, new doorway. But if you are not looking to move, it means good solutions are in your hands. 4. Ship here would tell me it may take some time. Ship, like I said, is water. Often it is about slowing things down. That may be the emotional level, but it still progresses forward. Scales would tell me again, open, fair, balance. If you're in a household situation with a bunch of other people or partners, kids, family, what have you. Scales there would tell me you need it very open, and you need to have almost like the round table discussions on what's going on in the household. So 6, baby courage would tell me again, new things. Always think baby, everyone thinks automatically, rock a baby. But baby means what's joy to the heart that you hold dear. And it often means joy and things that are new. 2, joy to the heart. So heart again would still tell me passion, love, gratitude, and how you feel. Cross there would tell me, though, people put a damper on your heart and your emotions, because cross is almost like when you are ready to feel, talk, negotiate, things like that. Cross comes along and shuts you down. And it's almost like try not to let anyone else's anguish, problems, their moods bring down your heart, bring down your emotions. Cross, ladder, things are improving. These are looking better for you. The sword here again, don't let anyone undermine you. Because sword cutting the ladder would tell me it's almost like you getting out of bed on a day and you're thinking, yep, today's good. You feel sun, you feel light. And then someone comes along with their doldrums and just is a downer about everything negative, and I see a sword there would tell me, do not allow anyone to come and undermine your happy, your thoughts, or how you feel. So, sword, horseshoe, good things. Again, luck, opportunities that's coming. The cane there would tell me you need some support, and I would look at that and say, it sounds awful when I say feed self before you feed others. Not just in the literal sense with food, because it's almost like you helping and supporting others, but who's supporting you? It's a bit like who's caring for the carer. And when I look here, it would tell me, though, you actually need some support yourself rather than everybody else leaning on you. Shooting star would still tell me good things, light, positivity is coming. And it comes back to house. I think things will be okay for you. Yeah, I do hear voices, Sandra. I know it's crazy, and people must think I'm nuts or got schizophrenia. But Fiona, seriously, these are actually pretty good for you. But first thing is, don't let anyone drain your resources where you've got no stuffing left in you whatsoever. And don't let them undermine you. So you have your voice and your thoughts and your feelings. So I hope that helps a little bit. Yeah. Okay. When can I see you relocating? And I know where you're going to be relocating. It's going to be interesting. Relocating. So I'm just writing these down. You may not want to answer this, Fiona, but are you actually living in a situation where there is a lot of people in the house and there's a bit of unrest? So you don't have to answer if you don't want to, that's fine. Sandra, do I hear voices? Yeah, I do. Woken with a voice in one word or one sentence, loud and clear. No doubt it's clear audio. I wish I could develop more because I know they're trying to communicate. When you hear voices, like I said, it's just like for a long time I actually thought I was going insane. I really did. And it was like the one words, it did start off as one word rather than a whole sentence. But I, being, I suppose, tea reader and symbolic diviner, to me, I would use those one words in its symbolic meanings. Well, what is that? What does it do? What's it mean to me? And is it around a certain person or a certain topic and things like that? And I didn't have to really coach it because the voices have always been in my head. And like I said, I felt like I was going mad. And my first husband, I was married very young. Stupid me. Don't ever do it, is marry when you're really, really young. So I was only 17. How stupid was I? But anyway, first husband, used to think, and he tried to convince me and family that I was completely off my rocker. And he'd even, because back then, like I'm 60 now, but back then, husbands actually had all the authority with doctors and medical, and women had no voice whatsoever. And I'm going back even just early 80s. And he'd even convinced a doctor that I was nuts, who was trying to send me through to psychiatrists and hospitals and God knows what else. But it wasn't me losing my brains, probably with the marriage, but it was the voices, the clairaudience. So there you go. You're waiting for a housing transfer. You will get your housing transfer, Fiona, because they're actually very good cards for you. So, yeah, and I see positivity for you. But, yeah, don't let anyone undermine you. That is a big thing that just, again, my voices tell me. Every time you're feeling some good and positivity, don't let any bastards come along and cut you off at the knees. It's a bit like when, I'll get to you, Kay, but it's a bit like when people give backhanded compliments. And it'd be something as simple, and it's learning the word no and learning the word of what you will and won't tolerate. It'd be like a backhanded compliment. Say I put, like, I'm just in a blue flowery dress today. And I'd put it on and thought, yep, okay, I feel good like this today. And someone would say, oh, that's lovely, but, and they'd say the but, oh, it could be a longer. Oh, but the neckline might be too low. Anybody who does the but afterwards of something good, don't tolerate it. Literally, don't tolerate it, because that is like build you up and chop you down. So, yeah, and no is a full sentence. Well, mate, exactly. And people always make the mistake of going, no, I can't, I'm sorry, but, and then they try and fill it with excuses. No is no. There's no other negotiations with it. It's like, yeah, piss off with your ideas. Again, like I said, us as Aussies, we have really sometimes really rude or wicked humour. And one of the things my dear old dad used to say, and he's been passed away over 20 years now, my dear old dad would say, if somebody comes along and gives them their opinions unwanted, he used to turn around and say, if I want your comments, I'd go and flush the toilet. And so basically, the shit that's coming out of your mouth, I don't need. So remember that one. Yeah, if I need your advice or your comments, I'll go and flush the toilet, because that's about all you'd get out of it. So, K, relocating. I'm going to look at the camel, because the camel is the relocating and it's the movement sign. And it's often a distance movement sign as well. So let's start in the house of the camel. Heart, you're ready. Heart there would tell me you are ready to go somewhere that you really love, and you've been probably there before, where you feel the energy of this is my passion. And I'd look at it there and say, moving to somewhere that you love. Horseshoe. Horseshoe's fast. Interesting, because it tells me again, something that you love will open up. And that's not a bad symbol. Oh, God, you've only drawn 3 cards. And it comes back to camel. Straight away, I see that is, yeah, distant move, somewhere that you love, and probably happening faster than you realise. I'm just going to actually charm cast over that. I actually want to do, look, that stops the chain, so we haven't been able to turn over any other card. For anyone joining late, we're rotating and looking at card number and row, because each row has a colour, red, green, blue, 1 through to 6. And so we're going, 5 comes back to here, 3 green is here, and so on. So it went there, there, and there. That closes the chain. I want to actually look what is sitting on the house of the house. Guess who's moving? And guess who's moving a bit faster than they realise? I'm just going to look at some charms over here as well. And I'll just put these in the lid so you can see them. Chair, teapot. So, whoops. We have, oh, that's not going to show there, it's too shiny, isn't it? We've got the set squares, we've got the scarecrow, which tells me literally you are hiding for the right timing. But scarecrows, don't be afraid. Teapot would tell me sit down talks, negotiations, so it would tell me you're probably making some inquiries to discuss things. The mermaid with house move is, again, looking somewhere that you've always wished for, because mermaids are about dreams and wishes. It's interesting too, because mermaid, again, is water, which would tell me, are you looking at going somewhere literally near water? Be nice to say on the beachfront, but it could even be somewhere where there's water catchment, lakes, creeks, so on. And the chair here would tell me time to sit and contemplate this. So look at your timestamp there, Kay. It's 12:14 here in Melbourne, so it's what, 11:14 for you. So yeah, you'll be moving. Probably faster than you realise. Oh, that was the key too. Literally means new doorway. So yeah. I know you're probably waiting for something there, but I would say I wouldn't put it off. No, I wouldn't put it off. Oh, you're amused. Hello, Leah, welcome. What are CT's feelings for me? So I'm just writing these down so I don't miss you. Hi, Deb Simmons, Michelle Zanino. Was you the other Michelle? Sorry, it doesn't let me scroll through. Leah, CT feelings, CT feelings, right, and who else do I have? Oh, good to hear. Hang on, I'm just trying to think. These are my prescription glasses because I am absolutely blind as a bat. These are, I get them down here. I'm not sure if you're in Melbourne or in Australia. I get them through it's just a normal optometry place, but I love my wicked cat eyes. And they were I'm blind as a bat. Mark Vincent is the designer brand or whatever, but I love them because, see, we've got tortoiseshell. And they're actually tortoiseshell inside as well. So, but I love them. And it's very hard to find sharp cat eyes. Yeah, and I usually hunt for them high and low. Now, I know these come in some wild colours too, because I've seen some really nice purple ones as well. Yeah, so here in Australia they weren't cheap. I think the frame's about $300 or $400. Yeah, but like I said, me without glasses, I am blind as a bat, and I can't even see a phone screen if I don't have my glasses. So, because my eyes are so bad, which is not good. Leah, CT feelings. So we're actually going to start in the house of the heart because we're talking about feelings. Sword there would tell me, do they find you a little bit either demanding or sharpness comes into sharp emotions? Are they a little afraid? Because there would tell me you're very strong with your emotions, and you're probably very strong with your expressions and how you express the emotions. And I'd look at that and say, probably reel back a little bit if you are expressing too much emotionally and CT can't grasp it all at once. So 4. Camel there would tell me again, see some longevity. If this is a relationship, or even if it's a friendship, relationship with Camel would tell me, yes, they can see you in their long-term future. If it's a friendship, same thing. Somebody who's happy to be there to go the distance. 5. Treasure chest, that's lovely. Now, one thing, I have to say it again, my voices tell me, when I see anything to do with money or financial in a relationship, it would tell me, do not allow any money exchange or that emotional level when it comes to financial matters. And when I see money here again, if CT is a man, so many, I know it's awful, men, doesn't matter what age bracket, old or young, whether they be married, not married, so many men these days want to sponge off women. And you may have seen that with different people, friendship workmates, what have you, because they would tell me again, do not allow anyone to lean on you financially. But in the good side would tell me going the long distance, and again, literally, you are the gem. It's actually lovely. Shooting star would still tell me though, they see you in positive light. That's nice. 2 star horseshoe there again would still tell me, show your fun side. And it's like, again, they see the fun, they see the joy. And starting off here would tell me again, though, don't be afraid to express yourself a little differently. And I'd say don't come on too strong. Horseshoe 4, bat. You're a smart person, so it does tell me intellectually you probably do stimulate each other. So, because it means there you've got a brain. Wine goblets, sorry I have to say this, would tell me if this is a relationship, fantastic sexual connection. Because goblets literally mean body to body. And when I see that, it would still tell me beautiful, intimate moments. Now, if this is a friendship, it just tells me go and have some great girlfriend days or friend days. So, because it literally means out and about, wining, dining in intimate levels. But if it's a love interest, great sex. Heart, we come back to here. These here are still pretty good. The biggest one is my warning bell, is the sword and the heart to start with, which would just tell me, try not to put pressure undue on it. Pull back a little, because I don't want you coming out or sounding like you are too strong and too demanding. And that's your biggest thing. But you've got some really, really good cards there. It's just, yeah, don't be too strong, don't be too pushy. Allow time to unfold. Yeah, the cat eyes. It's because I've got a round head. I've always said I've got a round fat face, and the cat eyes are really good. Like years and years ago when I had to first wear glasses, you know, they give you the square frames or even the little rimless things and that. And it actually made me look 10 years older. So, and I'm 60 now, I don't look 10 years older. So, yes, very blunt, it is, isn't it, Wilma? So, well, I think I've gone through everybody, except you, Wilma. Did you want one while I'm here, darling? Because I've gone through everybody else, and I'll wrap it up. But yeah, if you want a reading, Wilma, let me know. Wilma is one of my admins in our Tea Leaf Reading Facebook group, so I'll post a link at the bottom of the video when I've finished. And we're open to new members. We do all things like this, anything to do with tea reading. All right, that's fine, darling. There was somebody fervent, says, can you ask me a question and we'll call you the lucky last then. So let me know a topic, darling. These here are very good for specific questions. They really aren't built for just a general please, because general questions give you very vague general answers that are really not that helpful. So yeah, let me know if you've got a question. I know it's about a 10-second delay. Sorry, I'm drinking my chocolate tea. How about asking what's up for my love life for the next 6 months? Okay, Wilma, let's have a look while I also wait for fervent. Love life. Right, let's start in the house of the heart. Ooh, convoluted, messy situations. be aware of anybody that may be leading you on, because spider in the web would tell me someone's probably already around you and probably trying to literally lure you in little by little. So I'd look at that and say, cautious, who's trying to reel you in? And again, make sure, are they truthful? Are they honest? Are they the people want a bit on the side? Because that just tells me don't get caught in a messy situation. Oh, great sex. So I'll whisper that so it's not out in public. But goblets usually mean intimacy. That's actually nice. So, sorry, I have to say it. It's almost like yes, there's someone comes along and it may be great sex, but the big thing is make sure it's you and that person, not you, that person, and they've already got somebody else on the side. But goblets is nice because it does mean good intimacy. 5 goblets, sword. Nah. Sword there would tell me you'll probably cut them. And it's almost like, yep, these are great, good while it lasted, but they would tell me you are probably, literally, you're the one telling them, nah, this is not working. Bat would tell me again something that you may discover about them that was not transparent at that time, because Bat is blind. Bat is what's in the shadows, what is hidden that you cannot see, and particularly with the sword, because the sword is a harsh card, and to have a harsh card and a bat would tell me there's something you may discover about the person that you'll give them the flick. So Tower there, yes, in relationships, towers or castles can feel a little bit lonely at times. But I'd look at it too and say, use your smarts and take your time in order to rise, because a castle or a tower always means baby steps till you succeed at the top. So, horseshoe, younger lover. That'd be nice. Horseshoe would still tell me someone new that will come in. Horseshoe would tell me again somebody maybe a little bit younger, high energy love. Scales, somebody who's actually what you see is what you get. And that's what you need, especially when you start off here, because scales is open, transparent, balanced, equality, somebody who's fair and transparent, open. Key would tell me that's a much better option. Don't be afraid, don't slam door on opportunity, that's a good one. House would tell me again, someone with the same solid core home, family values. Cane there again, supportive. That's interesting because cane is, like I said, health symbols, which can be literally someone who's very supportive of others. It's actually nice because it's a caring card. And camel here again would tell me somebody who's wanting to go long term, the distance. Shooting star, beautiful, love and light. And we come back to heart. I'd say someone will enter too messy situation, maybe great lover, enjoy that while you can, because there I'd say you do cut it because there's something that comes to light or you find something else out. But it's almost like you cut that one, another comes in. So that's nice. 2 lovers. Well, so all very nice. Rapunzel. Let me just try and think. What are his intentions for Fervent? Okay, Fervent, you are my lucky last, darling. So, because I talk too much, and then I have low oxygen then for the rest of the day. Right, Fervent. Sorry, I'm just writing this down. His intentions. Right. Okay. Right. His intentions. Oh, hi Gladys. Oh, I can't keep going here, guys. It is an important question. So last, here I am saying last and last. Robert's on the web, no comment, I know, God. Gladys, I'm just writing you down. What does Michelle want with your husband? Right. Okay. Servant. His intention. Right. Okay, I'm actually going to roll dice because we will know what the intentions are. So 8, 9. So we're going to start in position 9. Sorry, I know I'm all higgledy-piggledy everywhere there. So 6, 9. It's interesting it's starting on the heart. I don't like that intentions because back there literally would tell me hidden intentions emotionally. So you keep a bloody sharp eye on Michelle around your husband, because the bat, again, would tell me she's smart, she could be very conniving, very secretive, and that is, again, secretive or literally secret admire for your husband. Castle there, does she work with him? I can't help but I have to wonder that, because Tower is, again, often to do with the workplace or business as such. Tower again is her getting her sights on something that is powerful, important. So what is she wanting? Tower, key, she's hoping that she'll gain many opportunities from him. That's almost like gold digger comes to mind, but it's not just gold digging as in relationships. There it's like, what can she gain from your husband to further or feather her own nest as such. So house again, that's home and family. She's too intrusive, I have to be honest. That there would tell me too intrusive in your life, in your home and family. Wine goblets there again is, yes, she sees him as good and fun and joyful, but again, I don't like the fact that she's trying to gain something from him. Scales, again, is she, well, I can't help but feel, is she working with me? So I have to ask, so please, fervent, tell me, does this girl work with husband? Because there would tell me again things she's trying to negotiate, and I can't help but look at it and think, is she connected to workplace? Ladder there again, what can she gain to improve or put herself up there? Because ladder is, again, I'll take what I can from someone in order for me to climb. So money, she's, again, still can't help but hear the word gold digger. Whether it's gold digger as in career and business, what can she gain? Because again, it still is something to do on her gain. 6, baby carriage, literally means she's new. Is she young? That's another thing. She's not working with him. Oh, sorry, wrong person. Yeah, Gladys. So she doesn't work with him, sorry. Because that is strange. A lot of it there is, what can she gain? And I can't help but feel, what is she gain? That there again, gain on money is again gaining something that is feeding her prosperity in some way. Sword is on the baby carriage. Disconnection. It's almost like you need to have the big, hard, heavy talk with hubby to say, this is not good, it's not feeling right, I don't feel 100% comfortable, I want you to be really careful, because there again would still tell me, what is she trying to gain? Camel, pain in the ass, basically. Because a camel, again, something that she can gain to go the distance. Horseshoe, opportunistic gal. So star, again, where can she gain from him? Again, it's so self-serving. So yeah, it is. Cane, she's leaning on him, support system. Ship, again, something to do with going the distance. This is a really strange reading. Cross, again, would still tell me this needs to be capped off, because it's not working. Heart comes back here. So I don't feel it. It's like, what is she trying to gain You said it's nothing to do with work, but it's still like she's using either his experience, his knowledge, his positions, or something in order to inflate or look at themselves. It's like, okay, I'm going to attach to this person because they're either popular, well-known, good in their field. It's like gaining something to feather their nest. So, yeah, be cautious, darling. So I think it's time you actually have a good chat to him too and say, what's really is she truly wanting from you? Because, yeah, it's, no. She's just wanting to feather her own nest for some sort of gain. Oh, young girl trying to get a job. No, see, I'm talking about future, not past. But something she's trying to gain. There's a young girl who tried to use him to get a job. Yeah. So it's very, very peculiar. Very peculiar. Sorry, now I did mix you up. Fervent is about his intentions. Right. Fervent intentions. Right. Okay, let's roll the dice. It's the lucky last one, no more. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 seems to be a number today to start with. So it's actually on the house of the heart. They're good intentions. Shooting star there would tell me positive intentions, positive around emotions, light. That's actually nice intention. Money again would still tell me great abundance, good things, good intentions. Literally means it still sees you in a very positive light. Camel also would tell me he sees you there as strong, reliable, doesn't matter what challenge or obstacle there, would tell me you're a great problem solver and able to work through any situation, whatever is thrown at you. And you come back to heart. He's got great intentions, done. And I'd look at it there and he'd say he sees you in good light, but he also sees that no matter what is thrown at you, you can still go the distance, and long distance at that. You haven't come up with cross or sword, the hard stuff, haven't come up with the spider, things like that. So it does tell me there's good intentions around this person. So is this a love relationship? That's what I would like to know, because there would tell me this looks pretty good. So is it around love, fervent? So I'm just interested. It's always interesting to see or hear if it's around a love intention, or is it somebody that you work with and whatnot, because that, if it's relationship, tells me really good. Yeah, so let me look. I'm just watching my comments. Sorry if you get to see my bald head, but I thought it was interesting. Yeah, so well, thank you everyone for joining me today. At least I know my dual camera works, that you get to see what I'm doing here, as well as my dial. And like I said, this system is Curiosity, and it comes in tin. This one's Alice in Wonderland, but it comes in 3 versions. There's Alice is a very popular gal, and so is the Turquoise Magic and Mystery, we call it. I'll just wrap them up. And they come in the tin. They also come with a book and a scan that you can watch a video. And it comes with, little matching charms that also mirror the mat and the cards as well. Not my little owl purse though. Yeah, so... and that one's Alice. I'll just show you. That one's Alice. This one, I called it Magic and Mystery. I think it's the colours. Everyone loves the colours. So that one is Magic and Mystery. And then the other option, oh, it's a situationship. Yeah, good to hear. And the other one is, I call it the steampunk version. It's the steampunk version. So it's just all in the nice rich chocolate browns and things like that. So, and it comes in those 3 versions. And in my online store, Shopify store, we've changed it up a bit. So if you click on tealeafreader.com, not reading, tea leaf reader, as if you are the reader, there is a banner that pops up, and if you want to sign in with an email, you actually get 10% off your first order. It's not applicable with the items though that are already on special, but a lot of people are using it and getting some really great value. So the shipping is free on all the items, and prices in my Shopify store are cheaper than Etsy. So I don't actually bother promoting Etsy anymore because that's like a whole new rabbit hole. So thank you everyone for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you. I'm going to try and do these weekly, where I'll try and get a morning one for Australia and parts of US and Canada there. And then I'll try also afternoon ones, so I can then open up for people in the UK and EU. So, but have a great day, everyone. For all the Aussies in there, have a great Anzac holiday today. And what do they say? Put another, they promote meat here in Anzac Day. They say put a chop on the barbie.